This is just Bob Bowman, and I'm coming at you with another video. And I want to do a part two to Ownership Starts with Self. Now, one thing that I understand is if I'm unable to regulate my emotions, my habits, my behaviors, the way I react to other individuals, the way that I move through life, my decision making, if I'm not able to regulate that, then there's no way I could be an effective leader. And that's even being an effective leader for myself. And people would be able to see that and notice that about myself. And they would think that somebody like me would need their guidance because I'm not able to do it for myself. Now, me being a grown man, me being in my early 40s, I cannot afford to allow myself not to be able to take charge and to regulate myself in the way that I need to regulate myself. That's even with my eating habits, which I've been talking about, even things that I am currently working on, like other habits that I have that I'm still struggling with that I'm not going to vocalize here on YouTube, but I have struggles. I've had other struggles that I've been able to overcome. Like I had a serious drinking habit that I had that was almost got out of control. My anger issues, things of that nature I can talk about, but certain other things I'm not going to put that on display here because it's still touchy. I'm still working on it. I'm still looking to improve myself. And a part of me taking ownership of myself is knowing when to speak about something and when not to speak about something. And so, with that being said, this road that I'm on isn't easy by a long shot. Like, I just got off of work. I'm tired. I'm about to eat dinner in a few moments, but I have classes a little bit later on. And I signed up for another class that I'm going to have to do this weekend. So I put more on my plate because it's more that I want to do and more that I want to accomplish in my life. And it's not easy. It's never going to be easy. And if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. And that's one thing that I had to come into realization is that there are no shortcuts in life. And when you take shortcuts in life, most of the time it's going to bite you in the butt later on because those shortcuts catches back to you. You know, you have some people, they got these jobs where they weren't qualified to do. They were on easy street, skating, not really doing their jobs. Now it's coming back to bite them. You have individuals that depended on other people to live and not really dependent on themselves, and they want to use and manipulate people. It comes back to bite them. Then you have those that don't want to face the reality of what it is that's going on in their lives, and they allow themselves to be gullible and they allow themselves to be taken advantage of. But eventually that catches up to them because eventually they get taken advantage of so much that they can't be taken advantage of anymore because they have nothing left to give. And when they realize that they put themselves in that situation by their poor decision making, they have to wake up. You see, I'm not saying that I have all the answers because I don't. And I'm not going to come up here and pretend like I have all the answers. But I am searching like everybody else. And I'm doing it the best way that I can do it. And I'm doing it by making rational and logical choices for myself personally. And is it easy? No. Because even though I'm making the best choices logically for myself, there's still a possibility that I will still fail. And yes, it does worry me It does concern me. If I said that it didn't, I wouldn't be honest, and I wouldn't be truthful, and I wouldn't be able to come up here and be speaking from my heart the way that I speak right now. But just because I have these anxieties within myself, these doubts within myself, it doesn't give me an excuse not to take action to improve in my life. You see, regardless of what's going on, no, regardless of how I feel, I still have to keep it moving and seeing what it is that I can do to improve my situation personally. And yes, it's scary. But like I said many times before, even to the first video that I did when I talked about my trip to the DR when I very first went back in 2022, I talked about life having risks. Like, you have to take risk in life. That's a part of life. You have to take risks. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you have to deal with the consequences for a lifetime. Sometimes you're able to dust yourself off and pick yourself up. And I understand that that's how life is. You know, like, I took certain risks for myself, and I understand that I suffer consequences for that even up till today. Like, there are certain things that I have to deal with, and there are certain relationships that I lost in my life that were important to me, but I realized it wasn't that important to the other people. But I had to keep moving on, regardless of all of that situation, because at the end of the day, I have to be responsible for myself. I have to hold myself accountable. That's if I want to have true ownership of my life. You see, I could go around here thinking that I'm a slave and that I have no control, and other people could tell me what to do and manipulate me. And there are things that are out of my control. True enough. But at the end of the day, it's up to me to how I'm going to react to those things. It's up to me whether or not I'm going to allow myself to be pressured into doing things that I don't want to do. It's up to me whether or not I'm going to keep being positive even when things doesn't look right. And am I saying that it's easy? Absolutely not. Like, I changed my eating habits recently. It's not easy for me. I go to the gym. It's not easy for me. I'm going to these classes. It's definitely not easy for me. Trying to learn something, especially in my older age. But at the same time, that's part of life. It's never going to be easy. It's always going to get harder. The one thing that I know for myself is that even though it's getting harder each day, that I have to keep pushing forward. I have to keep moving. I have to continue building myself up to be the person that I'm supposed to be. And though I'm tired, though I'm weary, though I'm concerned, one day, God willing, one day, I'm going to see the product of success from the sacrifices that I'm making now. And that's the mindset that I'm putting myself in. Every day that I wake up. I have bad habits that I'm trying to break, but every day I'm waking up thinking that eventually those bad habits are going to disappear out of my life. I'm waking up each day thinking that I'm going to learn more than what I learned the day before. I'm going to get more money than the day that I had before. I'm going to become more experienced in life than what I was before. I'm going to interact positively with individuals more than what I did previously. And I'm thinking this way because I want to do better, not to impress anybody else, but I want to do better for myself. I want to be successful for myself. I want to be a leader to myself so I can lead a family eventually on my own. And the only way that I can do that is by doing the hard work that's needed to be done right now. But with that being said, this is just Bob Bowman. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, leave a comment. And I'm out.